Anyone that tells you got to spend a ton of money in order to have decent looking content either is trying to sell you some equipment or has no clue what they're talking about. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the setup that I would use if I had to start all over from ground zero. Hi, I'm Maurice A. Davis, and I help professional service business owners launch their show in 30 days so they can get a flood of customers without doing cold calling or spammy marketing tech. This process, or picking the right equipment, lives within step 2 of my 6-figure show launch process. So to give some context as to this whole thing, and me saying like anybody that tells you it costs a lot of money to have a show is trying to sell you something, I run a podcast studio. And I help people pick out their equipment. And so I've helped people decide between $10,000 worth of equipment, right? Or $300 worth of equipment or less. And so the cost of your equipment has more to do with what does the show look like to you and what makes the most sense for your budget. So as I walk through, I'm going to walk through the things that I would get in order if I were building my equipment from ground zero. So the first thing that I would recommend anybody get would be some sort of microphone. One of the most important things is the sound quality for what you're creating. And matter of fact, if you're going to launch a show tomorrow, you could launch a show with audio only and still create a fairly successful show. The microphone that I recommend is actually called an AK60 professional podcast mic. It's not the best, right? But it's like $35 on Amazon. And the sound quality that you're going to get out of that microphone is going to be, it's going to be really good. It's the one that I used first, and the one that I recommend that most people get when they're starting out because it's so simple to set up, so easy to use. There are other microphones that folks recommend. I'll include links for one other. The second thing that I'm going to recommend is that you get yourself a webcam. I like the AnkerWorks C200 because it is a fairly inexpensive webcam. You're talking $65, $70, and the picture quality on it is pretty solid. It also gives you control over the picture quality. You can make minor adjustments. You can change the white balance, do all that cool stuff. And it's still sub $100 for you to have a camera. Again, this is not the best camera on the market, right? What we're doing is we're building a foundational set of equipment, and then we're going to upgrade as things progress. The third thing that I'm going to recommend is some lighting. One of the first things that I bought was some lighting. Matter of fact, I purchased a set on Amazon from a brand called Mount Dog. Again, all the links for everything that I'm talking about will be included in the comments below. So that would be some soft boxes would be the first thing that I would purchase if I were trying to start all over. Then I would get a fill light. There's a brand called eSmart. They have a really solid fill light. And then the last thing that I would buy is some sort of like background lighting. So you'll notice that there's lighting here on my face. There's some lighting coming from over here. And then there's some lighting, like bluer light in the background. And these are kind of the 3 elements. And so if you as a business owner have a decent microphone, a decent camera, and some good lighting, you're going to get quite a bit of work out of those tools. And you're going to be able to get that set up little by little and for a very reasonable cost, right? Those first 2 things, less than $150. Adding the next one, you're probably going to be out of like $230. So you probably can get the whole set for like $320, $350. And that to me is very reasonable if you want to create some solid content. If you're just getting started and you're not really sure how to launch your show, you don't know what steps to take, feel free to book a complimentary call with me. Down below, you can find a link there, and I'll walk you through step by step and show you the map that you can take in order to get your show launched in 30 days without doing any, crazy cold calling or weird marketing tactics. Outside of that, thanks for watching and stay out here winning.